Okay, dear friends, we're all family, but this world's been on many, many projects to divide and conquer. And we need to work together, help each other out, love each other no matter what, and do as much as we can to help each other. Real quick, some resources. The Great Controversy, E.G. White, chapter 36 is what we're in right now. And extremely important book. That's the most important of the current prophetic writings, and the world that the world works against and tries to keep out of the public eye. Paul Harvey was one of the ones that brought that out. And Truth Triumphant, B.G. Wilkinson, is extremely important. The Enemy Unmasked, PDF 2, Bill Hughes, extremely important. God's Healing Way, Sister McNeilius, extremely important. Healthful Living, also PDF. Simple remedies that you can do at home, natural, non-toxic, that can save lives. Walter Weiss, AmazingDiscoveries.org. He's got one on Egypt that's extremely important. The Third Temple is more than important. The Heritage of Israel, Bible versions. Coronavirus is more than important. They're extremely important right now. He mentions that it can be 3 years. This is what we can be looking at 3 years or longer of this situation. From the scientific literature, Secret Society's New Age, and he is a true scientist and incredible. Okay, we need to be on the virus. I would recommend, for one, colloidal silver and a pure natural diet, pure vegetarian diet. I was involved in that in California in the vegetarian movement, and it was extremely successful. And we knew after a little while that it was successful because it got on the commercials. And we need a pure diet and avoiding all the agrochemicals that accumulate in the animals and animal products and all the other issues. Cancer relates to meat eating because our digestive system is long. It's not a short one like dogs and so on. Okay, let's not fall into fear. We need to trust that we're going to be okay. Fear is trouble and can mean our demise. And our Creator will protect us, has promised to protect us if we're faithful, if we do our part. And the huge truth. Also, colloidal silver is very important. Colloidal silver is perfect for viruses, funguses, and bacteria, just like this situation. And you can spray it, use it in your throat, get it in your nose, because those are the main areas for this type of, these types of things. The big one is human effort combined with divine power brings success and lasting success. So that's what we need to know. We need a love for the truth and to be diligent and searching for it and sharing the truth. There's a lot of hype and promotion about this thing with QAnon. You can see that on Wikipedia. And unknown is kind of strange because that's sort of Egyptian type name. And red flag. PSYOP, it's kind of sounds to me like a PSYOP. And there's evidence. It's been announced that there's going to be a cleanup of the pedophile rings and so on and so forth, the deep state operatives in the United States and maybe even in other parts of the world. And but we need to realize that history repeats, and we need to see the writing on the wall. There's been editing. There's all kinds of things happening in our world that are not right, basically against our rights, since 9/11 and so forth and so on. And FEMA as well. In a huge emergency, they can take everything over, complete. And so what the lockdown situation is, basically, it's almost communism, but it also relates to 2030 plans, which is basically people can't just travel wherever they want, like restriction of where you can go, and all kinds of things, unbelievable things. And it's like what they did is they created the Industrial Revolution to take over this world, to grab the resources of the world and to do their will against the will of the Creator, and so they could take over. And we're in the end game of that now. And so we need to wake up and realize this is very serious, and it's sad to see that there's young people that have to go through this situation. And let's see. The truth of the matter is that this could be, we're going to have to see how this works out, because it's supposed to be April 10th that the internet can go down for 10 days, or it can be longer. They say 10 days. There's a potential terrorist list that includes patriots, nationalists, those that believe the Bible, those that believe Bible prophecy, end time, and all churches that I'm sure Islamic, whatever with that, I'm not sure how that goes, but it's the Janet Reno list after Waco and with Clinton. And they made some statements out there too. All churches that have other writings than the scriptures. And so that includes the Mormons, Jehovah's Witness, and Adventists. And so you have three there. You have three in this grouping. And the information from, I won't tell you what I'm not going to tell you what Alberto Rivera brought out. His testimony was that both of those were created religions made up by the Jays over there, and for a reason. See, and also he brought out by 1981, all religions were taken over and controlled. They have to do that. To take over the world, they have to take over and to control religion and so on. And it's actually, the RCC is a front group that they've used for authority and control in the world, with the false rest day right in there. And so the true one is the Adventist. But now that's taken over too, as prophesied in the current prophetic writings. It's ecumenical now, taken over. So it's all about the remnant. If you read the scriptures, over and over, you'll see the remnant. Because there's always a faithful remnant, and the majority go into apostasy and are unfaithful. That's just, unfortunately, the truth that we're in. So where it's at is the present truth, Adventists. And the good news is that there's faithful people in all religions, even all cultures and countries. There's many countries where you can't be a believer. You can be what they are, but you can't. It's forced. And so there's secret people that believe the truth of our Creator, and so forth. And Revelation 18:4, it can become active soon. It's an actual movement to call all the faithful out, to separate from the world, from all this apostasy and deception, and serve the Creator directly. Come apart, and it's right there. And also Revelation 14, extremely important, 6 through 12. Revelation 13 is the first and second beast, which is very important. That's RCC USA. Okay. The QAnon, we got that, we did that. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do a second part.